Hi you guys, my name is Guru Shakia and welcome to my beautiful channel. Today I am going to discuss people pleasing. I got a question from a lovely subscriber from Instagram. By the way, my Instagram is queen_k.e.a. So if you want to follow me there, I'm the most active on that social media site. If you want to ask me any questions, you guys can go there. And I also post daily self-motivation posts about like self-love, suicide, everything that matters basically. So I got a message about people pleasing. And I thought this was kind of ironic because this is actually something that I've dealt with my whole life and I actually still deal with it till this day. So I was kind of hesitant to make this video because I was like, well, this is actually something that I haven't mastered yet, but maybe talking about it could help both me and this person out. And basically, she was saying that growing up, her parents always taught her to, like, never speak, you know, basically, like if you grew up in a household that says never speak unless you're spoken to, always just do as I say, not as I do. She wanted to know, like, how can she stop being so nice and having people even manipulate her for being so nice. So I just came up with this title about people pleasing, and hopefully I touch on everything that she wants to know. Um, okay. So people pleasing can come, basically people pleasing is like when you kind of go out your way to make sure everyone else's needs are met, that they're happy. But the crazy part is that we go above and beyond to make others happy without realizing that we can't, we aren't perfect as human beings, and then that we can't read everyone's mind. So what we think is pleasing others may not even be pleasing them. But a lot of times when we grow up to be people pleasers, we we come to want to serve everyone. Like we completely throw ourselves under the bus. We stop taking care of our own needs. In most cases, we stop catering to our own happiness, etc. Like the kids who go to school for their parents, and they don't like what they're majoring in, but as long as their parents happy, that's all that matters. But learning these traits are very dangerous because at the end of the day, I feel like the most important thing is if you are happy. And then being a people pleaser does give it an opportunity for a lot of people to take advantage of you, because it'll get to a point where, like, say for instance, you're dating guys or girls and they know that you're a people pleaser. They feel like they can get over you, get over on you. Um, and I've been in a situation where I'm a people pleaser, but I've also been with people who I knew were people pleasers, and I had the urge to want to get over them. I think this is just a natural instinct of human beings, as far as who's weak and who's strong, which is bad to say, but I think this is like one of the natural interactions of power when people come to play and communicating with each other. Um, And it varies because people pleasing can happen a lot of time with women, especially because we're taught to be passive a lot of the times. Not saying that it's just women who happen to be people pleasers, but a lot of times we do tend to be mostly like passive, or taught to not speak our minds and just do whatever everyone says, especially what men want. And a lot of times that hurts us in the end the worst. Um, but how to stop people pleasing is a whole nother story, because evaluating myself today even, I noticed that I basically, it's so bad because I feel like my people pleasing is so ingrained, like, it's so bad to where, like, I don't want to get in anyone's way kind of thing. I let people go first in situations a lot. I put myself on the back burner. I don't speak up for my needs, for trying to avoid confrontation type things. Just anything to keep the people happy. And really, it's more so hurting yourself and those around you, which we don't understand. Because one, it's not being your authentic self. So at the end of the day, everyone ends up being frustrated because they don't really know the real you. you don't get what you need, other people are just like, well, who is this person really? Things of that nature. But how we can stop people pleasing, and which I need to learn to do myself, but what I feel, as people, we can stop doing to people please is basically not giving a fuck what people think. And it's hard because when you're a people pleaser, all you do is care what the fuck people think. Because you're afraid of messing up a lot of times, of doing the wrong things, of being portrayed as a bad person. And again, this is in different cases. Maybe it's not the same for everyone who people pleases, and it could be borderline introvert problems, all these different things. But it could be because of abuse, trauma, passive trauma. All of these things can tie into people pleasing as well. But I'm just saying what I think too as well. But I feel like we have to stop caring what people think. It's being carefree, to be honest. And I made a video about how to be carefree. I made a couple of videos about how to be carefree. And of course, it's easier said than done. But you really have to just stop giving a fuck what people think. Because when you're a people pleaser, you're like nitpicking at caring what people think down to the T. Like meaning like almost like can I wipe your ass for you kind of people pleasing, and that's really bad. We have to really train our mind to kind of like me first attitude, which is gonna feel wrong when you're designed to be a people pleaser, but you really have to start by saying, okay, what do I need? What are my needs being met? What do I like? You have to start asking the big questions about you. Am I happy in this situation? Am I staying with this person because of them and their feelings, or am I happy? Am I at this job because my parents want me here, or do I really want to be here? Is my life my own, or is it just what everybody else is telling me it should be? So you really have to take your power back, and even if you have to journal that shit, be in solitude with it and sit with it, we really have to do that. You have to learn to take your power back. You have to, because a lot of times as people pleasers, we say yes to everything. That's another thing. We have to start saying no, and even we go above and beyond to people please. Meaning, if let's say you have a job where you're assigned to clean up certain things, and you go out your way to clean up more than what's on the list of things to clean, then you're a people pleaser. You're doing way too much, and that can drain us really bad. You might have friends that always go out to party, and you want to people please them in that sense, and you go out when you want to stay in, things like that. And as far as manipulation, the more that people know you're gonna say yes, is like they're gonna feel like they can manipulate you because you're always gonna say yes. So you have to start throwing some no's in there, and setting boundaries, which a lot of people, especially empaths, introverts, abused people, people pleasers too, we all have poor boundary skills, and we really have to learn how to say no, and not feel bad about it, and really just speaking our mind without being apologetic, because a lot of times I feel like people pleasers are very very apologetic as well. We kind of think our existence it doesn't matter unless everyone else is pleased, but you also have to sit in the seat of being the receiver. So if you're the people pleaser all the time, you have to allow people to cater to you and your needs, meaning accept gifts, accept people cleaning and helping you out, giving you services, for example. You have to find a balance there. And I feel like people will respect you more if you start saying no, basically. And as much as that even makes me want to cringe, because it's like, oh, but what if people hate you? Well, if they hate you, they hate you. They're going to hate you anyway. If they like you, they're going to like you. It's like that saying always comes to mind. The people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind. But it's really something that you have to put into a daily ritual and a daily practice. And it's really like it's really like faking it till you make it too. Like faking that you don't give a fuck until you really don't give a fuck. Or just even realizing, being consciously aware of where you're people pleasing is a good start, because being aware is everything. Right now, if you're being a people pleaser, you could be people pleasing in 1,000 things a day and not even realizing it. Just there could be so many situations where you're just giving away your power and not even noticing it. You also have to take stuff upon your own hands, because we could be the type of people to actually wait for things to happen as well, and you can start playing the person who actually creates opportunities for yourself, um, being more aggressive, asking for what you need, because a lot of us feel like we don't want to be a burden to others. And again, this could vary, because this can be many reasons why people act these ways, but I'm just going to assume this goes under people pleasing too. um, but yeah, so that's what I think we can do to stop people pleasing and being manipulated. I feel like this sucks so much, because I feel like shitty people do that, but I mean, all of us have the ability to be manipulated and to manipulate. I guess it just depends. But I notice when you are a people pleaser, people do want to take more advantage of you. Meaning, for example, if they know you have money, a friend will ask you all the time for money because they know you won't say no, and you might even give them more than they ask for. That, for example, but you have to start saying no. Or even like, if it feels bad, like, I shouldn't feel bad to say no, basically. Yeah, just start practicing saying no. Or like, or like saying, can I give me a second to think about it, and then saying no, even, or, like, oh, this is my me time. There's other ways to word these things is something that, and we have to understand that we don't have to always jump into action, because we are people pleasers. We might need a second to think about something. So instead of just saying yes to someone, just take time and be like, okay, can I get back to you with that? And then you might think, oh, I really don't want to do this, and then it might be easier for you to say no. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys. I hope this helped the person who asked me this question. But yeah, enjoy your day. Peace.